Hi, and welcome back to the vlog. It is so great to have you back. You are joining me on an incredibly exciting day, actually an incredibly exciting week. It is the first kind of full week back after the Christmas and New Year break, and I, for one, am feeling incredibly fired up and focused. Today, like I said, is a really big day. Quite a few things going on. So first of all, I relaunched the vlog today. I honestly have been waiting patiently for this moment. I love creating content, and I do prefer slightly longer form. Those of you who follow me on Instagram will know that your girl likes to talk. And sometimes like a 60-second story just doesn't cut it, right? But I also don't really do things by halves. I believe that when you do things, you should do them from a place of seeking excellence. And excellence and quality and consistency all takes time, it all takes capacity, mental, physical, spiritual. You need to be inspired, and not just doing things for the sake of doing things. And so over the last 2 years, let's say, this has absolutely been a dream and a goal of mine and part of the plan. But I had to wait until, sorry, you can hear my printer printing away in the background. I had to wait until the time was right so that I could pour all of myself into it, and not just like another thing that was like adding to the list of things to do. And so a little short kind of reintroduction or introduction if we have not met before. I am Cheryl and I am a life coach. I have had a wild life. I have honestly faced a lot of adversity, but I have used every hurdle that I've had to overcome to absolutely power my passion, my progress, my potential. And every setback I have, I just like rise stronger, more vibrant and more determined and bold and ambitious every time. I had an absolutely significant weight loss in my life, kind of falls over two parts, but ultimately led to me completely transforming my body, and with it transforming my mind, my self-belief and my confidence around what I thought was possible for me. And in doing so have actually realised that we are all worthy and capable of achieving anything that we want if we're willing to work for it, if we're willing to create the changes, get outside our comfort zone. And I don't just say that as like a cliche sentiment that gets, bandied around kind of quite often. It's funny, I'm looking at a book literally just outside the corner of my eye and it's called The Discomfort Zone. I also call that zone the growth zone or the learning zone. Like nothing amazing happens in your comfort zone. It's actually where excellence and progress and potential gets lost and wasted. We shouldn't be comfortable for any, great considerable length of time. Anytime you're super comfortable, you're ready to push on and do something new. Across whichever facets of your life you're seeking change and challenge. And so I'd always had this pull around, well, if I can master my mind to help me, lose 17 stone, like what else can I master my mind? And then how can I, most importantly, help others achieve their dreams and goals? Like I was so deeply, deeply unhappy and stuck in a body that I did not enjoy, did not feel happy, nor was I healthy. And so there had already been this kind of pull. Running parallel to that, I have been building a global marketing and brand corporate career, which I have loved. Like I've absolutely loved it. It has given me so much. I have worked with, honestly, some of the world's sharpest minds, some of the world's most inspiring, innovative, like boundary breaking leaders and professionals that you can imagine, and it has really shaped me. It has really shaped my ambition, my attitude, my work ethic, my own desire to be brilliant, and it's just been phenomenal. In 2019, this is a very short summarized version of my little life story for anyone who's not familiar. In 2019, I had an absolutely earth-shattering cancer diagnosis, and it changed everything. It changed me and reshaped me beyond recognition. As I put the fragments of my life back together again. But I also made a promise to myself during those dark, horrific times, and that promise was that I would follow my little heart wherever it might take me, and I would do everything I wanted to do. I would not play small or stay small for anyone, and I would be the best version of myself, as defined and determined by me, and most importantly, I want to help you do the same. There is enough self-doubt and people who are lacking in confidence that we need to tip the scales the other way. And so that's part of my mission as well, is to inspire and motivate and share everything I've learned and continue to learn. Like, we're never done learning, and as my journey continues, I learn more all the time. I, of course, raise the bar, set new challenges, make sure that I am absolutely living outside of my comfort zone. And in August last year, I took the bold decision to leave my corporate role, my marketing and brand strategy role, leaving an amazing team behind, and pursue my goals like 100% of the time. In doing so, I'm so sorry if that printer is really loud. I mean, who even prints these days anyway? I do. I'm actually prepping for my 2026 vision board and goal setting workshop, which is starting in 20 minutes. I have finished all of my prep. I'm just rereading my notes because I very much believe in top level preparation. I made the decision to leave corporate. That was a very difficult decision to make on a whole number of levels. But running alongside that decision-making process were some absolutely phenomenal opportunities that aligned with another goal that I had, which was to launch a marketing and media company, because I am obsessed with marketing. It's my craft. I think about coaching and life coaching and business coaching, career coaching. I think about that as my calling, like it's what I was put on this earth to do. It is my absolute calling and purpose, and I will do it for the rest of my career, regardless of anything else, regardless of financial status, regardless of different career and business opportunities. I will always do it. It's my number one. I love marketing, the craft that I have kind of built and honed and curated over the course of a 18-year international career. I want to keep them sharp. I want to stay in the game, and I want to help bring them to other businesses and brands to help them achieve their business goals. So you're joining me at a very exciting time. My marketing and media company I have co-founded. I am the managing director alongside my partner, Gary, and we are running that business together. It is very, very, very startup, but we are loving it. We are working with some incredible clients, and it's just a privilege to help and support them on their journey too. So you're joining at an exciting time, and I can't wait to share all of it with you all. Like I said, we are currently prepping for the vision board and goal setting workshop, which is going to be amazing. I have spent a lot of time over basically since I launched it, creating something different and new. It is not the same as anything else I've done before. I will never just like copy paste change the date. It's not who I am. It's not in my nature. This is something brand new, and I can't wait. I can't wait. But I also want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been supportive of everything that I've done, of Cheryl Finley Coaching, of Orlay Marketing and Media, and especially since launching or relaunching the vlog last Sunday, which is also today, but by the time we publish it'll be, by the time you're all watching, it'll have been last Sunday. We are in for an epic ride, and it is my honour and privilege to have you with us. Hi, welcome back. I have had an incredible day. I've actually just had a moment of realisation. So it's currently Monday evening, and for the first time in as long as I can remember, I'm not going from work to work. And it feels odd. It feels odd. It feels amazing, but it feels odd. I think you get so used to, so for anyone who's newer to me, my life, my lifestyle, I had a dream. I had a dream to start a business. And that's all it was in the beginning. And then it became quite clear that that dream business was my calling and was the thing that I wanted to do more and more. And I wanted it to become my full-time career. I think I've always believed that I would have my own businesses. I think I probably always thought I have many ideas and many things I want to do. But to bridge the gap between where I was and what I wanted, I had to be willing to get to work. Now, I'm always very careful because I don't want to promote a culture or an ideology of total hustle culture. Burnout is real, very, very real, and is terrible for us. And so actually I'm going to share an honest account of what it has taken for me to build and scale a business alongside a senior corporate role, and the costs as well, probably. So as I adjust to this, I would say having one job again. I still find myself with two jobs. But I definitely, like, having a Monday evening off. Honestly, guys, it's been years. Like, it's been years. And it's quite something. And I almost feel like a little bit like, and I do have work to do. I'm going to do some admin, some accounting, some invoices and things like that. But I'm also just like tidied the kitchen and made a cuppa and like put some music on. Like, it's so nice. So the truth of it, I launched my business when I was still at PwC, and I had obviously just been through quite a lot in my personal life with my health and things that we'll talk about a different day. And yeah, I felt this pull towards a renewed sense of purpose. Like, what was I doing? What was my life all for? When I had just absolutely fought to save my life, I wanted to make it more meaningful. And so I done my coaching qualification. I done it obviously alongside what I was doing. I created time and space. I didn't find extra time and space. There are 24 hours in every single day, 7 days in every single week. I repurposed what I had been giving away to my employer for free. My choice, by the way, but choosing to want to like get on, head down, get promoted, hustle, over deliver. I decided to invest that time back into myself and into other things outside of a career. Like my life, I had let my life, and again, I had let my life, we are all completely accountable. I had let my life become very one-dimensional because all I could see was the job. Not quite, like I'm being quite hard on myself. There had still obviously been like relationships, family, but the job was definitely coming first a lot of the time. And I remember I would go out for dinner and I would just constantly be checking my phone and not present at all. And so I qualified from my coaching course, and someone reached out literally that day and said, hey, I'm thinking about life coaching. I need a coach. Do you know anybody? And I was like, yes, hi, I've just qualified. Come on in. The water's warm. And so the business was born, and then started marketing it, started promoting it, which I've loved doing. Obviously, I was already online anyway. I have been doing bits and pieces online, sharing different parts of my life since my secondment to Hong Kong. When I was living in Hong Kong, I started blogging. Although, to be fair, I had side hustle businesses before that. I had a jewellery business with Stella and Dot. I had a skincare business with Tropic. So I've always had like an entrepreneurial spirit. I've just often channeled it into someone else's business and empire rather than my own. Those days have changed, by the way. We build for ourselves and for our future now. And so the business was born. Like I said, I've been doing stuff online anyway, so it's been such a natural, organic evolution for me. And I've just continued sharing. And I think because I had just been through something, well, at that point, Cancer Research had asked me to be the kind of face of their Race for Life campaign. There had been not a lot of press, that's absolutely incorrect. There had been some press coverage. I was blogging regularly and consistently. And to be honest, I was like bearing my soul on the internet. And I have actually unpublished quite a lot of what I wrote and published at that time because I read it back a year or two after, and I was like, it was helpful at the time. I found it really cathartic and healing to try and gather my thoughts. But I shared some very, very vulnerable things online. So I've been used to doing that. And I think as long as what I share helps and adds value or but opens up perspective and points of view and different way of living. And I'm so passionate about wellness, health, fitness, how we take care of our body, obviously with everything I've been through with my health, but also with like my weight loss and my body transformation and all of those things. Because in building a strong, healthy, like fitness first body, it's changed my mind, it's changed my physiology, it's changed my career, my trajectory, like my energy, it's completely changed me as a person. And actually that's something, so not only has it been a mountain, Everest, to build something for me that could replace what I had spent 17 years building. It's entirely possible though, if you're willing to work at it, if you're willing to believe that you can do it, and if you're willing to put the systems and processes in place to take you there. I repurposed Sundays, I repurposed evenings,
And that time, by the way, belongs to you. It is so easy in the kind of corporate environments that I have been in, and I'm sure some of you have been in, are still currently in. It's so easy to think that we owe every hour to a company or a brand or a business. We don't. You actually don't. You owe it to yourself. As you absolutely do have to deliver on the expectations. Of course, we are not looking for bare minimum. That is absolutely not what these businesses are built upon, nor should you want to build your brand and your reputation upon that either. Far from bare minimum, in fact. However, you can be focused with your time, you can be strategic, you can ruthlessly prioritize, and you can close that laptop lid, not every single day at 6:30. I'm not aiming for I was never looking to be like a 9 to 5. It's not my nature. I think flexibility is a two-way street and you've got to come and go. But for the most part, there've been minimal meetings after 7 p.m. of an evening. Again, in a global role, yeah, I've joined meetings at 3 a.m. I've joined meetings at 4 a.m. Like, you cannot take on a global role and not expect to have to cover global time zones. That's just part and parcel. But for the most part, I have been able to deliver within the bounds of within the boundaries that I set for myself, and then repurposed other time that maybe would have went to other things. What I would also say is, so when I speak about the cost, working that hard for that long does not leave a lot of energy in the tank for anything else. Again, not completely, but a lot of my social battery, I would say, dropped out. And probably with it, my presence and the time that I had once spent investing in social connection, whether that's like maintaining friendships and things, I'd had to redirect a lot of it to the business. And naturally, that sometimes means that connections aren't as strong. And that's a shame. That's a shame, and I'm sad about that. I think we all just have to follow our heart and do what's right for us, and I think people will either understand or they won't, or, you know, I don't think there's any fault or blame or anything like that. I think everybody's just always doing their best. But I now feel like I'm on the other side of that great endeavour, that 3-year juggle period where my commitments were to my employer, my employment, and everything that I was responsible for, not just responsible for, but loved from the bottom of my heart. My clients, my business, my brand, and my health and my fitness, as in training. And those have been the things that have came first. Again, I'm being quite black and white about it. That's not absolutely accurate. Like, I've had some phenomenal times. I've had great trips, great city breaks, great weekends away, fitness competitions all over the world. The work that I do with Kate and the Lola Star brand, that I'm an ambassador for, like, oh my gosh, I love all of it. The retreats that I host, the retreats that I've put on with Gillian at the Wellness Boutique, like, it's just been, wow, what a few years. It's been phenomenal. But I am mightily pleased to be on the other side. And I must admit, I definitely reached tipping point last summer. The pressure was kind of building on all fronts. And I was starting to suffer as a result. I felt my vibrancy start to deplete, and my cognitive ability, my cognitive function was starting to diminish. Sleep absolutely disrupted. And so I knew something had to give, and that something was never going to be my goals and my ambitions for my business. Never. Absolutely not. And so here we are. It is January 2026. I left full-time corporate employment on the 7th of November. And I had a moment this morning when I was leaving the gym. I was like, I feel fantastic. I'm so focused. I'm so energized. How long has that been since I left corporate? Has that been 3 months, 4 months, 7 weeks? That's all it's been. 7 weeks. But I've had a phenomenal day today. I've had some sessions with my clients. I am planning something amazing with a corporate brand in a couple of weeks, and it is going to be sick. Like, I cannot wait. So we are in, my friends, for a mighty adventure, because I honestly feel like I'm just getting warmed up, and I just cannot wait to share all of it with you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the messy middle, as we call it. Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and talk to you guys for hours. I've got so many subjects that are like very prevalent at the moment. Alcohol and sobriety being another one. Literally the biggest gift I've ever given myself. Phenomenal. But anyway, I have been rabbiting on for a solid 15 minutes here. So I will leave you with that for now. But just a reminder, if you have goals and ambitions and aspirations that you want to pursue and you cannot see the road yet, you don't need to know how it's all going to unfold. Take one step every day towards the thing that you want to do. Trust me, you will figure it out. You will find a way. If you want it badly enough, you will find a way. You will create a way. Good morning. How are we all doing? Welcome back to the vlog. Today we are in the glorious capital, Edinburgh, one of my most favourite cities. I lived in Edinburgh for like kind of the early days of my corporate career, just after I graduated, and it's very special to me. The POI, People of Influence Society, that I am part of, they host multiple events throughout the month, and historically they have been in Glasgow. However, they launched in Edinburgh towards the end of 2025, and today is the POI podcast launch event, which is in Edinburgh at Tiger Lily, and I'm going to take you with me. It's going to be a great day. I'm just feeling fantastic. And it'll be lovely to see everybody. They're all a phenomenal group. It's interesting. I've been giving networking and my network a lot of thought of late, as I move into a different business era. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to today. So I'm going to pop my hat back on and get myself along to the venue, and I'll see you there. So we're in Tiger Lily. It's gorgeous. It's so nice to see everybody. I've had loads of catch-ups and chit-chats, and it's funny, this is just a room full of incredible women that I didn't even know a year ago, and I feel like I'm walking into a room full of friends. I feel so lucky. Both already know escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea. With you right by my side, it's such a sweet life. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. The event was wonderful. So great to connect with people that I have met over the last year. Some really amazing people, everybody just doing really cool things in their business. But also wonderful to meet some new people as well. It's so important, when we're building things and we are, business owners, entrepreneurs, it can be quite a isolating space, and so it's so important to make sure that you are around people who inspire you, and being in rooms, places and spaces and conversations that remind you like, we are all so entirely capable of anything, and it's just magic. And that's why, like, I'm so grateful. So Stacey and Jackie that Owen Poi launched it, they knew there was like a gap, and they have created something like different. It's not just like you go along and you smile politely and everyone swaps business cards in the hope that they'll get work or something out of it. It's not that. It's honestly a space for real human, honest, vulnerable conversations. Guys, hang on, I'm going to pan you around. Look how beautiful this is. Even on this great, sorry, there's like work going on over here. Even on this grey day, Edinburgh is always gorgeous. I'm biased, of course. But no, I'm so grateful to Jackie and Stacey for everything that they have built. They put their heart and soul into Poi. And I think the other thing is everybody that comes along shows up just completely who they are. There's no facade or yeah, it's just brilliant. I just love it. And I think also, like, I've been in a global role for a long time, and so as someone who is extrovert, I know how important it is for me just to be around people. One of the reasons that I really wanted to go all in with my business is, and even launch the business in the first place, is like, I am not built to sit at home alone behind a laptop screen. That is not the life that I want for myself. Yes, it's good in parts because it means that, like, global connectivity, we can work with people all over the world, which I do in my business. I'm very fortunate. Sorry, just going down some stairs and keeping an eye on the traffic. Like, most of my clients are not necessarily based in Scotland, and so I'm so grateful that I can connect with amazing people and work with incredible people all over the world. But I don't want to just be sitting at home on a laptop 24/7, like, absolutely not. Anyway, I need to get into the car. Okay, we're back. So phenomenal morning, absolutely excellent. Now heading home. I have some work I need to do, some admin, some invoicing, and some production, editing, video editing, content creation that I need to do. And then it's to the gym, and then I have a community call with the Success Sanctuary tonight. It's our first one of the year. It's all about, two kind of main themes overarching for the group this month. First one is like back to basics, nailing habits and practices that make you feel phenomenal. Wellness, self-care, that is where we are at. And the second one is like setting the vision for the year. So it's such an exciting time. My energy, a little bit fueled by flat whites, but through the roof, guys. I'm so excited. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you all soon. Welcome back to the vlog. It is now Friday morning. It has been a very good week. It's been busy. It's definitely been busy. But I'm also highly invested in my own rest, self-care and well-being. We should be at all times of the year, but especially in January and when it's winter out, we need to be doing the most. In fact, next week I'm going to talk all things like wellness, health, all the habits and rituals that I have implemented over the last couple of years that help keep me feeling fantastic, and sometimes they slide away and then I need to make a conscious effort to bring them back in again. I have been at the gym this morning doing interval sprints. Hyrox is back. It's never gone for long. So Hyrox Glasgow is 9 weeks and counting. So I am fully back in. I feel like I gave my body like quite a good recovery period after London solo. And actually I was saying to Laura, my friend and teammate, that I'm doing one race with at Glasgow. I'm doing 2 races at Glasgow. That's me just starting to feel like I'm kind of recovered from hyrox, it is unbelievable the strain that kind of training puts on your body. And I don't believe like you can train like that 52 weeks of the year. I think you just get depleted and you risk injury. I've had a couple of calls already this morning. I am now heading down to a meeting location where I meet my clients who live locally to me. I have meetings kind of back to back today, and then we are absolutely focused on the wellness. We have a personal appointment in the afternoon, and then some lovely chill time with my other half, the amazing Gary. So yeah, the week is weeking. I hope you're all doing fantastic, and I hope you are making huge strides towards the things that you want to accomplish and achieve this year. Also, just a reminder, the pace is yours to set. Not everybody feels that huge burst of energy right out the gate at New Year like I do. That is all fine. Like, you determine your pace, you dictate what feels right for you, and making sure that we don't like sprint so hard that we're like exhausted by the end of Jan. But yeah, can't wait to catch up with y'all soon.
Both already know escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea.
So that's a wrap on the first week back to business in January 2026. It has been all things business, brand building, growth, fitness, wellness, health, all the things that are just giving January. We of course have been working on some very exciting things that will be coming to fruition over the weeks and months ahead. Gary and I have had a lovely afternoon out today, haven't we, darling?
Yes, a wonderful day.
Wonderful day. And we are now heading home for some chill time, because restoration is also very important. So tune in next week. We will be continuing to talk all things holistic health and wellness. One of Gary's personal favourites, something I have reintroduced to my rituals and practices, mouth taping.
That's right.
Honestly guys, the theory and the science and the research behind it is like undeniable, absolutely undeniable. So tune in next week for more of that. And also we just want to say thank you so much to all of you for your support, for your messages, for tuning in to watch the adventures of Cheryl and Gary. It's going to be a big year. We can't wait to share all of it with you. And also we want to help support you guys with everything that you want to accomplish this year as well. So whether that's through just tuning in and watching what we're up to, and hopefully getting a little bit of inspo or a bit of motivation and drive, some coaching tips, some business strategy tips, marketing, social media, all of the things that Gary and I are both passionate about and experts in. We are always delighted to share and help wherever we can. So have a wonderful week ahead, and we'll see you next week.